Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. I post commentary videos on topics surrounding natural hair, and I also share very simple tips on how to take care of your coily hair. In today's video, I want to go into more detail as to why I started this channel and who it is made for. So I started this channel for a couple of reasons. There aren't that many natural hair content creators in my country who teach black women how to care for their hair. Although it is an African country, you would think that there would probably be more naturals, but that's not the case, at least not in the areas which I've lived in and where I live now. You would mostly see women with relaxed hair or women who wear wigs and weaves, and for those who do have natural hair, it does not look particularly healthy because people wear braids to cover up their natural hair and wear braids that are so tight that they cause a lot of tension to the scalp, and you can see that the braids are damaging their hairlines. And to add, there are people who have locks, but their locks or afros aren't maintained well and are neglected. Now, I don't know how to take care of locks, but I do have family members who have locks and they care for their hair, and so I know what healthy locks that are maintained well look like. I have also mentioned in one of my other videos that seeing the natural hair movement from Black American women has inspired me to try and do the same in my country, because I have seen a lot of issues that Black American women bring up in their country actually take place in my country as well, and for years, but we never really had those conversations. I would say people in my country have a habit of sweeping serious conversations under the rug. An example would be the obsession with wearing weaves. Yes, there are some women who go places or to events with their natural hair, but we cannot deny that they are often judged for it. No matter how long their hair is or how big their afros are, people don't see natural hair as an appropriate hairstyle for any event that may be seen as fancy or prestigious. So actually, even if an event is not fancy, it could be a night out with your friends, you are expected to wear a weave or at least braids as the bare minimum. So natural hair is often seen as childish or only okay to wear if you don't have any place to be. So only wear your natural hair at home or to the grocery store. So I started this channel as a way to challenge that mentality in my country and let women know that you can show up anywhere and everywhere with your natural hair. So if there are any international viewers, I apologize because some of you might be hearing conversations that you have already heard many times in your country, but here we are only just starting to have them, or at least I'm trying to bring attention to certain matters. So for instance, the conversation around texturism, some of you are probably tired of hearing about it, and I am too, mainly because I have watched many videos on it before from international content creators, and so I am aware of it. I'm aware of a lot of the conversations, but I know the conversations in my country, they're not being had. Like, people aren't having these conversations here, and there are lots of things we are aware of, but as I mentioned, we don't talk about. That sounds redundant, but I hope you get my point. Another example would be colorism. It is something that is serious in my country, and I grew up seeing a lot of dark-skinned women in particular being made fun of. I've had some men say to me that I am dark-skinned but not too much, and that's perfect for them as a way to try and compliment me, which I always found weird. And whenever I spoke up about how uncomfortable and how rude that actually is to say that someone is beautiful because they aren't too dark-skinned or whatnot, people would think I'm overreacting. There has been an instance or like a conversation being had sort of around a TV personality in my country called Pearl Thusi. She's, I'll put a picture of her here so you can get an idea of what she looks like. Some people said that the only reason she gets, a lot of opportunities is because she's light-skinned. And she denied it and saying that she works hard. That's up for debate. If you are South African, you've seen her work and all of that. I think maybe in some instances, yes, she did well, but there's been other instances where I felt like there are more people who can do a better job. They're just not as, they don't have your skin color. And the reason why I say that is a lot of the times when you hear Pearl Thusi, it's always around like her skin. People are always talking about how she doesn't, like she's a black woman, but she doesn't look like she's fully black. I don't know if that makes any sense. So a lot of conversations around her has always been because it's the word unambiguous, I think, or ambiguous. Yeah, but that's the the topic around her. There are terms that are still being used, for example, yellow bone and darky, so people can see that these things happen and some experience them, but they don't want to tackle the issues. And another example is people referring to coily hair, aka 4C hair, as uputu. I've shared in one of my other videos that people, when I had relaxed hair, people told me that I shouldn't cut my hair because what if I have hair that looks like uputu, which is it's an insult. It's an insult. They're saying your hair looks hard and rough and tough, and they see nothing wrong with saying things like that to people. Quite a lot of people, black people, say our hair is hard, and so when you're handling it, you need to be rough, which is obviously not true. But this is the environment that I grew up around, what our parents grew up around, and if we don't address these problematic behaviors, the generations that follow will suffer the same way that we did, and that is why I have added commentary videos to my channel. I am hoping that my videos reach South African women and they start learning that what they have been told about their natural hair being hard or ugly is not true. So you would think that with the type of videos that I make and how I always encourage people to, wear their natural hair, I have a problem with those who choose not to be natural. I do not have any problems with someone who chooses a different path. I think you should be able to do whatever it is that you want to do with your hair. It's your hair, not mine. I have said it before and I will say it again. I love seeing black women do so many different hairstyles because it really shows how creative we are, and the way some of you pull off all these hairstyles is so cool, in my opinion. I love how some style their wigs, and I think that wigs can be used as a protective style too. So you can wear your natural hair and wear wigs. I don't have a problem with that. Who am I to tell you what to do with your hair? The only time I will have an issue with someone who is not a natural or has natural hair but doesn't have coily hair is when you start spreading lies about coily hair. Do whatever you want with your hair, but don't discourage others from going natural. And if you do have natural hair but are insecure about it, stop portraying it to be the most difficult thing you have ever had to handle in your entire life. And I understand some of you might be sharing your experiences, and that's fine. But the way that some of you speak, you are implying that your experience should be the expectation for everyone who's going natural. Why is it that when someone shares that natural hair isn't hard, some people will argue with them and say, oh, you can't say that because you aren't being truthful to new naturals? But if someone says natural hair is hard, some of you agree without hesitation. Natural hair is only hard if you make it hard, and it is only hard if you try to manipulate your hair into looking like something it is not meant to look like. I hope that whoever finds my channel, even if they aren't South African, doesn't matter where you're from, I hope that you will understand that your hair was never the issue. Yes, I and many other naturals with coily hair acknowledge that others may not like the way our hair grows out of our heads, but that should not stop us from caring for and loving our natural hair. The same way we know that some people don't like black people, and we ignore them, I want you to ignore those who show disdain towards your hair. We need to block out those noises and focus on getting our hair to the healthiest version it can be. I hope that after each video you watch, you realize the beauty of your coily hair and also learn how easy it is to grow your natural hair or retain length. I do want to make it clear that I am not a hair specialist or stylist. I am simply someone who has retained length by keeping things simple, and I want to share those few tips with you as a starting point. I want you to use my channel as a stepping stone towards achieving whatever length or health you want for your hair. But with that being said, you have to understand that comes with taking responsibility for how you handle your hair and how you view your hair. We can't keep blaming society, men, and your mother for everything. Yes, those people may have planted that seed of hatred in your head, but it is up to you to remove it or keep it. And if you want to stop feeling sorry for yourself or helpless, or you want to stop feeling like you have to change your hair to feel beautiful, then this is the space for you. If you want to believe that coily hair is a problem or hard to manage, or men won't like you for staying natural, or whatever other excuse you may have, then I invite you to go read the comments in my other videos of women with natural hair sharing their wonderful experiences of how their natural hair was never an obstacle, and other women also share how they had negative mindsets, but after learning the truth about their hair, they realized that, what I'm trying to tell you is that your hair is not hard to manage. It can grow and it is beautiful. Before I end the video, I would love to say thank you for 500 subscribers, and I want to thank you especially for your lovely comments. I have been receiving so many beautiful messages from women from around the world sharing their stories with their natural hair journey, and some sharing how they are grateful for finding a channel like mine that showcases coily hair and has helped them realize that their hair is beautiful. It really means a lot to me to read these types of comments, and I know that to some 500 subs is not a lot, but when you think about what I just said the purpose of my channel is and what I hope to achieve, 500 people who are here to celebrate coily hair and learn how to care for their hair is absolutely amazing to me. So thank you so much for your support, and I will try my best to make more videos that will be of value to all of you.